Hey, welcome to the Rerun Lounge. This is Rerun Down, where we give you the rundown on the reruns. And now, at last, we have reached the third and final video of this odd and about to be cruel storyline that I dubbed the Joey arc. I highly recommend you watch the first two parts of our Rerundown, linked below, but if you are just too comfortable to move, Baki here is kind enough to give you a recap.
I am? I guess so. But you owe me. Joey, the daughter of a con artist, was left wandering the beach after a grift went south. Mitch took in the little scamp for a short period, bailed her mother out of jail, and corrected their legal problems. What a Christmas! They then went on to live the rest of their lives happily ever after. Or at least till Joey's mother died in a car accident and left her poor kid in the hands of Mitch Buchanan. He thus decided to adopt her and put the screws to his new child's nemesis, Trapper, a weirdo who wrangles kids to do his dirty work. Joey is now free from her past and has a new family who loves her. Probably.
Ha, how cute. Our main girl is beginning to get adjusted to life as a Buchanan and is having some fun at the beach with a girl she met, Xena.
We're going to the same school. Xena's in 4th grade too.
Really?
New school, new friends, her social life is blossoming. And now to seal the deal with Xena, Joey asks Mitch,
This is my dad.
oh right, her dad. Joey asks her dad if they can all have lunch together. Everything is coming up Joey in this episode.
I've never had a girlfriend my age before. My mom and I never stayed in one place long enough for me to make any real friends.
When does the adoption come through?
Actually, we signed the papers at the end of the week.
That's great.
On top of all of that, it happens it's her last day on the force, and she's about to retire and live on the beach. It'd be a shame if someone were to gun her down.
They aren't even bona fide siblings yet, and yet the bonding has begun. Joey here is teaching Hobie how to survive when he inevitably ends up on the street. Mitch doesn't approve of this charity and interrupts with a gift, while Hobie watches on the sidelines.
Mitch, with a typical 90s sitcom parenting blunder, picks out a doll that probably belonged to a plague-ridden Victorian child. Joey, not wanting to rock the boat, happily accepts Barbie's grandma.
Thanks, Dad. I love you.
Later that night, Mitch's partner Ryan from the spin-off series Baywatch Nights drops by to inform him that Joey has been repossessed.
Her mother's parents are alive. We located them in Milwaukee. They had no idea that their daughter had died, and they're flying in tomorrow to pick up Joey.
Just like that?
Just like that.
Just like that?
Just like that.
Just like...
Yeah, that's what your lawyer says.
Daddy Dearest walks in on Joey not having a creepy conversation with the doll or anything and breaks the news. Of course, she is upset and looks to Mitch for comfort. Don't worry though, he is well aware that false promises can comfort her in the short term.
They can't make me go if I don't want to, can they? Can they?
Not if I can help it, sweetheart.
Also, in disbelief, the Hopester begins to wonder if something fishy is going on.
They might not even be her grandparents. They could just be some con artist that heard she was up for adoption.
No, Hobie, that line of thinking just built a stronger connection between your scammer sister and the potential grifting geezers. I thought you were looking for ways they couldn't be related. As if summoned by Hobie's suspicions, Joey's grandparents, Cleo and George, arrive only seconds later. Fortunately for everyone, the introduction of Joey's new family goes incredibly smooth.
We're your mommy's parents.
She told me you were dead.
Oh crap. I meant to say the exact opposite of what I just said. My bad. After the initial rejection, Cleo dives in once more to test her new granddaughter's patience.
She must have really hated you.
Wow. Gram should relax and let the girl have some space before trying to get with the warm and fuzzies again.
Oh, honey, come here.
Let me alone.
I swear, if this woman saw a rattlesnake, she'd try and kiss its cheek when it played the maracas for her. So, what else is happening in this heavy episode of Baywatch?
So, this is the competition?
It just so happens that we're gonna kick your butt.
Got him!
Yes!
Interesting.
After being sent out to dig up dirt on Joey's grandparents, Mitch's minion returns with news that they are squeaky clean. Something Joey herself finds disgusting.
How could I possibly be related to them?
Hope blossoms, however, something even better than dirt, but less fun is discovered.
George and Cleo Jennings legally disowned your mother. Now, I don't know the particulars as to why they did it, but I know that they did.
The excitement is too much for Hobie to process, and he is only interested in the straight answer.
Who cares as long as we get to keep her, right?
I guess he still thinks of her like a stray cat he found on the beach one day. Anyway, she's as pleased as Croco-Cola Fruit Punch at having a shot at staying with Mitch and Hobie.
George is creepily waiting for Mitch to arrive at his lifeguard tower so he can have a heart-to-heart. Perhaps intimidated, he struggles to explain how he knew where to find him.
I checked at headquarters. They said I might find... You got a minute?
I find it odd that Mitch even visited his tower considering that it appears he is off duty. Was George planning to wait for days until he was on duty again? Well, luckily he stopped by, or this man would be nothing more than burnt bacon by then. He proceeds to tell his sob story, hoping he can warm the cold, dead heart of this Buchanan.
Kyla became the sole focus of our lives. A difficult child. Shoplifting for stealing things. Kyla stole my credit cards.
So you disowned her?
He said my little girl was dead.
So you disowned her?
Ah, yeah, I get what's happening here. He can't have his daughter back, so he wants any semblance of her, even if it means ripping out the rug from a happy family.
So if you're going to contest our right to custody, we won't challenge.
Oh, good. The situation solved itself. What a rarity in life, but sometimes miracles do happen. Joey and Hobie are going to be absolutely thrilled.
Remy? What the hell is that doll doing out there?
I don't know, Baki. I don't know, but it could be an omen of bad things to come.
Fuck.
You wanna make Dad some lasagna? It's his favorite.
Okay, and we can add some peanut butter, gummy bears, and pickles.
Oh, okay.
Joey must have been on thin ice, or maybe attempting to sabotage her dad's favorite dish was a bad idea. Because this is what immediately happens.
I can't be your dad.
What are you saying? You're my family.
No matter what we feel about you, they're your flesh and blood.
This clown thinks the only thing that makes family is blood relation and nothing more. Justifiably, Joey berates her ex-dad and runs off.
You're a liar and I hate you!
Then Hobie finally completes his character arc and grows a brain.
I'm never gonna forgive you.
Mitch, you beautiful, cold-hearted bastard. This was your whole plan all along. Build that little orphan up with the promise of a life at the beach, only to throw her down to a couple of Midwestern geezers at the end. You even beat up a homeless man in front of her to lull her into a false sense of security. You, my friend, are utterly devious. As long as she doesn't say no takesies backsies, her fate is sealed. I suppose this makes sense, though. You can't have her ruining your cool new private detective image. You already have Hobie cramping your style. No need for two kids cock-blocking you as you try to nail cases with Ryan on those all-night stakeouts at Casa Buchanan.
Mitch discovers that the spurned Joey has run away from Casa Buchanan, home, and so the Joey Search and Rescue Squad forms to find the lost little gremlin.
What did Trapper say?
She hasn't tried to contact him. He said he'll call if she does.
Yeah, right.
No. He is not in this episode, as his powers are dormant until he finds a new hat. Hobie and George search by bicycle for all of 5 seconds, then notice Xena riding with an extra-large order of product placement. Hobie rubs together the two working cells in his newly acquired brain and decides the best idea is to tail the girl, a plan that would raise all sorts of suspicions in real life. Sure enough, this works out, and sees his once-to-be younger sister eating McD's and Coke that conveniently face the camera. Having no chill, George clumsily stumbles towards the two girls, thus slightly annoying Joey.
Joey!
Oh no. No!
She scales a cliff in an attempt to lose him.
I didn't kill my wife! I don't care! Joey!
Holy shit!
The elderly man jumps in after her and begins to flounder as well, but Mitch shows up in the nick of time and satisfies his rescue quota for the episode. With the day saved once again, everyone returns home to tie up the loose ends. Mitch gives Joey a parting gift. Just throw it out the car window later on, he won't know. And Joey forgives Mitch for toying around with her life, but he can't help but do it at least one more time.
Can I come back next summer when I'm on vacation?
Absolutely. It's part of the deal.
I love you.
I love you too.
Poor kid, doesn't know she's being sent to the void. And here we see the car of no return drive off with its latest victim. The Joey arc is definitely a bizarre storyline and an off-the-wall show. It grows even stranger when you account for all the episodes she has not seen that take place between her appearances. That's right, there are technically 12 full episodes after her reintroduction into the show that she is canonly part of the Buchanan family. She doesn't get so much as a mention, and for all Baywatch cares, she just doesn't exist. Maybe she is off pulling cons for Trapper or something. She just can't give up that grifter life. It pays too well. Whatever she is up to, I do think there are key moments she should be on screen. The episode prior to this, Mitch gets into a sky surfing accident. He falls from a freaking airplane into the water and nearly dies. It's pretty severe. And where's Joey? Nowhere to be found. You know, now that I think about it, maybe that's why they gave her up. I'll be fair here. That episode was produced for season 5 and wasn't aired until season 6, which is this one. Maybe it was switched around to help justify Mitch's cruel change of heart. Most likely not, but it sure makes Joey seem like an uncaring jerk when aired in that order, doesn't it? The mixture of the on-off existence of this kid, the zany characters from Elves to, well, Trapper, and completely inept storytelling make for a truly entertaining watch. One question lingers in my mind though. Why was she even introduced in the first place? I have a theory. Hear me out. I believe that she was a failed attempt to introduce a younger child to the Buchanan household. Hobie was in his mid-teens at this point and his cute appeal was at an all-time low. Luckily, the minds behind Baywatch had a spare kid from their recently cancelled creation, Thunder in Paradise. There, Ashley Gurrell played the stepdaughter of Randolph J. Hurricane Spencer, a Mitch-like, played by Hulk Hogan of all people. Now rebranded as Joey Jennings, she was just what the show needed, a spunky and precocious kid. Those were all the rage in the 80s and 90s. Just look at Michelle and Stephanie Tanner from Full House.
What have I done?
Bart Simpson from The Simpsons.
That's the Bart News.
Or Punky Brewster from Punky Brewster.
What are you doing here?
My husband and I are looking for a partner.
Perhaps not satisfied with Baywatch, or maybe offered a better deal, Ashley Gurrell went to star in a show called Second Noah. Think The Brady Bunch or Seventh Heaven, but at a zoo, where she played an orphan adopted by a couple.
Wait a second. Are you trying to tell me that Second Noah is a spin-off for Joey?
Spin-off? Nah. Typecasted? Yeah. In the same way I like to think Family Matters is the canon continuation of Die Hard, I will consider Second Noah the true ending for Little Miss Orphan Misfortune.
So...
What's wrong?
You don't really think Family Matters is a continuation of the movie Die Hard, do you?
No, I was being facetious.
Ah, good. I thought you lost it for a second there. Anyway, Joey had an interesting angle. A streetwise tomboy with a heart of gold, as well as young enough to stick around while Hobie hit college. It also opened up new subplots for Mitch to struggle through, like the inevitable ordeal of a teen girl's puberty and a discovery of boys. Something that Mitch would have to address with his killer punch. Hell, we could have had her deal with her criminal past and gained a semi-reoccurring antagonist in Trapper. I feel this actually would have breathed some fresh air into the show. Just thinking about how often this little scammer would piss off Mitch just tickles my tail. It's a shame that she was rehomed to the wrong people.
This story was a roller coaster, and I highly recommend you give it a watch if you are into cheesy crap like I am. Or maybe you just think it's neat. At the time of recording this video, Baywatch is available on Amazon Prime. Gross. But it's known as Baywatch Remastered. Keep in mind, it is HD, it does not include the original aspect ratio, and also does not include a lot of the original music. Copyright reasons, you know? I hope you enjoyed our multi-part re-rundown of an old Baywatch tale. In future videos, we will be covering other shows and movies that we love, and who knows, maybe we may revisit another bizarre episode of Baywatch down the road. It was great to have you stop by, and I hope to see you next time.
Thank you so much for watching until the end. Please like, subscribe, or comment. And thanks for stopping by the Rerun Lounge. Don't forget to pay your tab.